Good morning, shutter clickers. We're back out here at Garvan Gardens this morning, mainly for the tulips. In fact, that's all we're going to do today, just shoot the tulips, because they weren't in full bloom last week. So they look, if you look back here behind me, they look real good. They're opening up. So let's get at it and see what kind of picture we can get this morning. See if we can get some beautiful tulips at Garvan Gardens. Still set up. Focus is just right, and we're going to take a shot. And we took another one just for safety, and I took it at a 14 millimeter. All right. Put the lens cap back on. Did you kind of lean into some of these? Shutter clickers, the clouds came up. That's not a bad thing. It's easy to get good color when the clouds are up and you don't have the sun messing with your picture, creating shadows and this sort of thing. So a good opportunity to take some good pictures. Now remember though, we're only doing the tulips this morning. We walked 3 miles the last time we were here, and we're not going to do that this morning. So there's a big patch right up here, so we're headed up that way now. We didn't get a good shot of this for you last week, so we're going to take a shot for you this week here with the camera.
There's a mutt found in the woods.
Really? Did you
Yeah, I think some people there add a little interest to it. Okay. Here's where the sun makes for, or no sun makes for a good picture. If the sun was shining real bright, this would have so many shadows you wouldn't be able to see what it is. So we're shooting here at f14, an eighth of a second, ISO 200 with a 2-second timer, and we are shooting. There we go. I think you'll find it to be a good picture. Let me look at the histogram. In the histogram, is off of both ends and it's high in the middle, so that should make for a really good picture. Bring the camera around and get a picture of the histogram. There's so many people out here today, shutter clickers, that the only way to get a good picture is to do some close-ups. So that's what we're going to do. But because we're shooting close-ups, we got to up the ISO because there's just a little bit of a breeze and the flowers are moving just a little bit. So we've upped the ISO to 400. That'll up my shutter speed to 1/20th, which is really still not fast enough, but I don't want to get much higher than that. F14, 105 millimeter. And let's see how we look. The histogram looks real good. Let's zoom in though. I think we're good. We got a good picture. Let's move on now. Going to have to up the ISO again. It's too dark. It's really gotten cloudy. I can't get enough shutter speed to stop the wind.
They got really expensive and like that picture and take just out great prices for the new colors that we come up with.
But I think we're good. I shot that one at a 25th of a second, ISO 100. And I was shooting at about 70 millimeter. Trying to get both the yellow and the variegated in the same picture. Okay.
Which way to go?
Let's move on down here. All right, shutter clickers. What I'm trying to do here, I'm using about 35 millimeter. I'm trying to get a long shot. We're way out there. So I focused in about a third of the way into the picture. And again, I'm having to shoot at ISO 800, F14 at a 15th of a second. The histogram looks great. I don't know how the focus is going to be because there's just a little bit of a breeze. But I really don't want to go up to a 1600. But I'll do one just for safety and just to see how it does. but you probably get a lot of noise at a 1600 ISO. Wouldn't hurt to level the camera up just a little bit. Refocus. And refocus there. Okay. Here we go. Now, of course, it looks great on the little screen. How it's going to look otherwise, I don't know. We'll just have to see. Again, the histogram looks very good. In fact, it looks very good. So, ISO 1600 with 30th of a second, f14. Let's move on around the corner there. There's some really pretty ones around there, some different colors. And there's a patch over there that's got all kinds of colors in it, so maybe we'll go over that way. Let's go. Well, I'm going to try to get a close-up here. It's kind of a neat little flower. I'm going to put one on the rule of thirds and focus on it. Focus right on the center of it. And then the others kind of surround it. So it'll be in the center of the picture. And I think I can drop my ISO to 400 here. You know, the lower the ISO, the better the picture is going to be. And 2-second timer. Boom. All right, let's take a look here. Unusual histogram because you got the bright yellow and you got the dark green in between. So you got a histogram that looks like two pyramids, one on the dark end and one on the high end. But still, the edges didn't burn out at the ends. So let's just zoom in a little bit, see what the picture looks like. Make sure we got a good focus on the one we wanted. Yeah, I'd say it's perfect. Well, it's perfect as I can make it. Okay, we got a forsythia bush over there. It's really in full bloom. And I'm going to get down real low here and see what kind of picture I can get and use these tulips as my foreground and get that forsythia bush in the background.
Go around that and you'll be where we were here. Come back down.
So I got tulips right here. And shoot across there and get that bright yellow in the background. Okay, once again, I gotta move back just a little bit. I'm going to focus on the forsythia bush, and if the tulips are a little out of focus in the foreground, that's all right, because the forsythia bush is really what I want in the picture. Again, I'm focusing about a third of the way in, and hoping that, and we can really up it there. ISO 400, 1/10 of a second, f14. 13th of a second, f14 at 50 millimeter. Let's see what we got. Alright, let's see what our focus is. The tulips are in good focus. Yeah, I'm not happy with the forsythia bush. I'm going to change the focus just a little bit here. Here's what my picture looks like. Tulips just a little fuzzy, which is fine, but the forsythia bush is really, really sharp, and that's what we wanted. So there we have it. Okay, someone asked me the other day, what kind of camera do you have? Because it takes such good pictures. And I got to thinking about that. So I took my camera and I set it on the kitchen table, took the lens cap off, and I let it sit there for 24 hours, and I came back, and it hadn't taken a picture yet. So I thought, well, you know, I'm going to set it outside on the railing, hope nobody steals it. And I set it out there for 24 hours, and fortunately nobody stole it. And you know what? It hadn't taken a picture yet. No, I'm just kidding you. I didn't do all that. But here's the point. Cameras don't take pictures. They're the tool that photographers use to take pictures. They're the tool that photographers use to make a portrait or a photograph of what they're trying to remember. And you can do that yourself. You don't have to have a $10,000 camera, which I don't have. My camera's not all that expensive. In fact, my camera is kind of the low end of the DSLRs. But you don't have to have an expensive camera. In fact, your cell phone is probably a better camera than what the famous Ansel Adams used 100 years ago. So you have the ability to take better pictures from a technical standpoint than what he had. So don't be afraid to take pictures. Just use the techniques and the rules to get good composition, and you'll have good pictures. And we're all done here, shutter clickers. This finishes our day, and so we're going to pack up, get out of here, and in the meantime, keep that shutter clicking. Bye now.